With Corridor 5 taken care of, we're now actually going to head back to where we saw Corridor 15. However, we're going to go into a different teleport this time in order to get to another area. Once back here, head over to the right and enter the right teleport. Head over and grab this blue lanyard to completely replenish our health, as well as upgrade our health. With that in hand, we're now actually going to go back to the left teleporter and head to another area. Once we're back in the main area of the space station, we're now going to head off to the left a little bit in order to get to the next one. Head left and down, passing a whole bunch more enemies in order to find another teleport that's located on the right side here. Inside the teleport is the entrance to corridor number 6, so get up close to it and you may have to fire at it in order to make it actually open. Corridor 6 has a ton of falling debris as well as lots of little meteorites coming in your direction. Try to do your best to avoid them as well as use your sword weapon to destroy them as they come straight towards you. You're also going to have to deal with some more of those erupting craters, which are probably one of the most annoying enemies in the entire game. As we go through, I'm going to actually switch over to another weapon which destroys everything on screen. It can't destroy the bigger type enemies or bosses in a hit, but it destroys all the smaller projectile things such as rocks or the things coming out of these volcano-like craters. This will greatly help your chances of survival as well as net you a lot of different health, because by destroying all the enemies you have more chances for them to drop health items. As we make our way towards the boss, get ready and use your sword weapon in order to get ready to face this thing. It's a very small boss considering how big the other ones have been, and it moves around pretty much like the other ones do. However, when it stops, it's going to launch out a bunch of projectiles at you. That's going to be your opportunity to get in close and use your sword weapon to do a lot of damage to it quickly. Overall though, compared to some of the other enemies in the game, this one really isn't too bad. But once he's destroyed, you get our next key and have completed Corridor 6. Once we're out of Corridor 6, head into the right teleport to enter a new area of this level. Head up here in order to deal with another mini-boss to get another upgrade. This is a very easy mini-boss, as all it is a variant of the very first mini-boss we fought in the game. So get your sword weapon ready as well as your normal fire, and just start immediately attacking up close to it when it appears. It will leave those little spider-like enemies when it goes away. However, if you're so close to it, you'll destroy them before they're actually able to spread apart and do anything to you. Once you're past that, at this 4-way split, now head south to grab an extra weapon if you want to, before heading back to the 4-way. Once here, we're now going off and to the right. For once, we're actually following the arrow as we head down. Along the red path, take the upper path and work your way around the wall. Down here is another one of the mini-bosses, but it will net us another upgrade. This boss is another one of those crab-like ones that throw its projectiles over your head. So it's really easy to get up close to it and just use your sword and normal fire, avoiding all his projectiles and quickly defeat him in order to grab ourselves another one of the red landers. Head over one screen and down in order to enter a save room, follow it down through another small room in order to enter Corridor 17. We have a brand new look once again in Corridor 17. However, a lot of the enemies are going to remain the same from ones that we previously have been dealing with. The bullet hell that we've been dealing with also from previous corridors remains here as well, and as well as through the rest of the game. Using your sword weapon is probably going to be the best bet in order to destroy a lot of them as they're coming towards you, or use your weapon that destroys everything on screen in order to help you out as well, in order to get some extra health. As you can see, sometimes it's almost impossible to really tell exactly how many enemies are even on screen at some times. We start to see some eyeball-like enemies that are sitting inside of craters. They're pretty easy to destroy and only can launch out one or two small eyeballs in your direction. They're not nearly as bad as the exploding craters that we saw in previous areas. However, these little areas right here, as you can see the openings that shoot out a lot of these crystal projectiles in a circular motion, they can get quite annoying and you can destroy them and stop them from shooting with your sword weapon. Here's the boss of this area. It's a large cluster of eyes, and you have to destroy all the small eyes as well as the big ones. Take out all the small ones first, and then focus on the center one first using your sword in order to destroy it. You can use the double swords on the left and right to do damage to two of them at once. However, you may accidentally get hit a lot more than just going after one at a time. After you destroy each eye, you can see there's one less projectile to deal with, and it gets easier as the battle continues. With Corridor 17 complete, enter the right teleport. Work your way through the area, avoiding almost all the enemies, as we really shouldn't have to defeat any while making our way through. Stop on this screen to fight another one of those crab-like bosses, which once again is extremely easy to deal with as long as you're close, because none of his projectiles can harm you. Once he's done, head to the south. Over here on the left side, get your way through these boxes in order to enter the teleport. This will take you to corridor number 7. You can't enter it right away, you're actually going to have to exit and re-enter it several times in order for the corridor to finally open up for you. As to be expected, this corridor looks very similar to the one we just got done doing, and the enemies, though, are some we've seen before, but are a little bit different than just the previous corridor.